So, Jonathan, do you procrastinate? Are you a procrastinator?
Oh, yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you procrastinate on? Give me some. Give me some examples.
How about you ask me what I don't procrastinate?
Yeah?
So I procrastinate on everything. Like I always feel like, why make the decision now, or why do something now when you can do it later?
Yeah.
So do you remember, I have this saying, the easiest thing to do is the easiest thing to not do.
Okay, break that down.
Not as necessarily as advice, but as like, I guess that's how I live. The easiest thing to do is the easiest thing to not do. So like, for instance, I moved here to South Florida.
Yeah.
18 months ago. I took my car in to get the license plates and everything switched. And it was like this whole huge process, but I got all the process done, showed up, paid my $560. And then he said, but I need to see your car. And I was like, okay. And it's been 3 weeks and I haven't showed up with my car over there for them to look at it and confirm that that's really the VIN number on it.
Oh, that's what I was asking. Why does he want to see your car?
Yeah, he has to visually see the VIN number on the car.
And you just haven't done it because
it's the easiest thing to do. So it's the easiest thing to not do. Yeah.
That's a great proverb.
Thank you.
I like that.
Thank you.
I like that. What else do you procrastinate on? Like, give me some more examples.
Taxes. Like,
me too.
I procrastinate getting gas. Like, I like to push getting gas till
all the way to the end.
Yes,
all the way to the end.
Even if I'm driving by a gas station, I'll be like, I think there'll be a better one, an easier one to get into than this. And you know what? A lot of times procrastination's worked out for me in life.
Yeah, because you're a high functioning person. You're very
most of the time, yeah.
Yeah. No, you're high functioning. You're successful, but you're a procrastinator.
Correct.
So this has worked well for you.
Yes.
Why do you think that is? Why does this go against everything we've heard growing up about get stuff done on time, make sure you're on top of stuff, be responsible? Here you come along and go, nope. And yet you land on your feet.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I wonder about it sometimes too. Like, would I be better if of a human being? But then I also don't know that I would like myself if I was like taking care of business every moment of every day. Like, I want to enjoy who I am as well. And so like, even like my text messages.
Yeah.
I have,
what do you got?
I have
how many unread text messages do you have?
So I have 512 unread text messages as of right now. And I have, how many do you have?
Okay, so for text messages, I have where is it here? I have 244.
Okay. So I've got double yours. And I bet you I'm way ahead on emails.
Okay, what are your emails?
I have 21,564 unread.
Unread emails?
Emails, yeah.
That's pretty good.
Thank you.
Because mine is...
I've worked on it for a couple years.
Get ready for this. You ready?
Yeah.
260,365.
60,000?
200. I'm going to show you. 260,365. So let me be the first to say, I'm sorry.
That's 10
all those
times
emails,
what I have.
I know. Does that mean I'm 10 times the procrastinator?
For emails, yes.
So I'm kind of with you, though. Like, to me, the name of the game is happiness.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
And
what
I guess I could be a control freak, right?
Mm-hmm.
I could be on top of absolutely every detail of my life.
Right.
But I'd rather be happy.
Exactly. And I mean, that's why there's accountants. Like they can do that.
Yeah.
You know, there's attorneys. They can do that.
Yeah.
But
my accountant right now is like, hey, when are you getting your tax documents in? When are you getting your tax documents in? And that's his job. I want him to do that.
Right.
He's worrying about it, so I can be on this podcast right now.
Exactly. And at the same time, though, don't you kind of want to be like, whenever I feel like it?
Whenever I feel like it.
Before
that's
October,
right.
probably.
Before October.
Most likely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So both of us are essentially taking the late fee, right?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. We're paying interest.
Yeah.
But isn't the real ROI happiness?
Yes, it is.
So maybe we're just two peas. We're just two peas in a pod.
Yeah.
You and me.
But yet we showed up on time here.
We did show up on time here.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah.
Me ish. I got stuck in traffic. But man, I was loving life in traffic.
Yeah.
Were you okay? I'm late. Here's a question. I'm late today by about 12, 13 minutes. Okay. Were you like frustrated?
No.
Yeah.
No.
See, that's great.
I set that. I got to spend a little extra time setting up those. Can you show those nice little podcasts?
Yeah, of course I can. So you've got.
I set that up.
So you got this one. Listeners, our website is coming up here.
Idealistpodcast.com.
Yeah, exactly.
And it expired. Like it has a timer on it, so it disappears in 10 seconds.
You're pretty proud of yourself.
Yeah. I mean, I
About
got a
that.
little extra time to do that. Yeah.
You did. So hey, you're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome
Thanks for being
coming.
late, Brad.
Yeah, of course, man. I did that for you. But like, yeah, my wife and I are like this. We don't love, her especially doesn't like obligating plans long in advance, like the idea of kind of figuring out what we want to do, when we want to do it.
Are you talking like in life
Plans.
or in vacation?
I'm talking about vacations, restaurants, all of that stuff. We're not like booking stuff way long in advance. We're like, yeah, we think we're going to do that. Let's see how we feel as we get closer.
Yeah.
Are you like that too with bookings?
Yeah, for sure. And my daughter gets really frustrated. Like we're going up to see her in New York City to bring her home, and she's like, "Well, have you got your reservations at your hotel yet?" Like all of these things, she's been asking us for months about all of the little details. And no, I'm not like that.
So
at all.
just say to her, don't you want to be happy?
Yeah.
You could worry about all those things,
Right.
Or you could be happy.
Right. Or you could pay a little extra
Yes.
and be happy.
Yes, a little bit. Yeah, that's the thing is procrastination comes
Costs.
at a cost, right? A financial cost. What's interesting is I don't like my emails. I don't not respond to emails. Know what I do? I just don't delete them.
Yeah.
So if I get like a junk email, some people have to go. They go through the steps of like you got to, and it's like 3 steps. You got to click it.
Yeah.
You know, you got to hit
Unsubscribe.
unsubscribe, and then you got to delete the thing, and you're like 3 clicks in. Or I'd rather just like scroll past it,
Yeah.
move on. Is that how you are
Yeah.
with it?
Yes, I never unsubscribe. Now I delete them sometimes if they're junk emails. I delete them. But
Oh, hey, listen, I want to encourage you with something.
yeah.
Don't delete them. Just scroll. I know you're happy right now,
Yeah.
but your happiness index is going to go boop up a little bit.
If I'm not sitting there deleting all the
Oh, don't delete them. Just
Okay.
scroll past them and just
it's
fly by it. Just try it.
It's so easy to just search email anyway.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
just search the people that I need to talk to, and their email can pop up, and then I can
Yeah.
click on it.
I got 260,000 instances of pure joy and happiness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just scrolling past stuff I don't want to read.
I have a friend who's a fitness mogul, I guess you could
Okay.
call him, and he gets PTSD every time he's like even
Is
if I
it
just
Richard Simmons?
No, even
It's
if
not?
no.
Okay.
Even if I just show him, he's not that much of a mogul, but
Okay.
even if I just show him, like if we were Skyping or something like
Yeah.
Skyping,
Skyping.
Zooming. If we were
What's
Zooming,
Skype? Oh, Skype's that.
yeah,
The old thing.
So
Yeah,
if we were
got it.
Zooming and I just showed him my
Yeah.
number of emails, he'd be like, don't show me because it gives me so much anxiety. But he's also the kind of guy, you know, that gets up at 5 a.m. and takes a cold shower and all of those
Hey, listen.
things.
He's in better shape than us.
Physically?
He gets his taxes done on time.
Yes.
Here's what I'm calling to question. Is he happy?
I don't know.
Is he happy?
Josh, are you happy?
So you've got an idea
Yeah.
about bookings that and for procrastinators
Yes.
like you and I, you have found a way for us to when we really do want something to be able to get it, even if we didn't pre-plan
Correct.
and book in advance. So give us could you give us start with the problem first, and then
So-
we'll talk about the solution.
There's a restaurant down here in South Florida called Regina's Farm.
Yep.
And to get a reservation at Regina's Farm, I think they're right now taking reservations for 2030 or 2031.
Really?
Yes.
I've never heard of that.
Yes.
Wow.
7 or 8 years.
I've never been. I've
yeah.
never been because I've heard like it's a long wait. But
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. It's like 7 or 8 years is the wait. And when you get it, you know, you have to pay immediately. I think it's like $250 a plate or something like that. But I was thinking, I wonder if those people that booked reservations from a long time ago, when their name comes up, what if they don't live here? Do they fly back?
I mean, 2032. I mean, they
Yeah.
could be dead.
Yeah,
They
right.
could-
Do they fly back?
the average
Or-
person stays in their home for 5-6 years, so
Yeah.
they could have moved.
Exactly.
Okay.
So do they come back? What about somebody that comes in? Like where we live, there's, you know, does Jeff Bezos have a yacht out there? There's a lot of people that the Virgin Mobile guy, what's his name? Richard Branson has a yacht. I would feel like those kinds of people would be like, you know what? I would like to go to Regina's farm tonight. What if I bought somebody's reservation? And I wonder how much you could sell those reservations for. Like, I bet you could sell them for $1,000 or more. If your name came up this Friday night because you had made reservations 6 years ago for Regina's farm and it pops up, I bet if you threw it out there, you could sell those reservations for $500 to $1,000 a piece.
So that's the problem.
That's the problem.
And the solution is sell the reservation.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's not just for Regina's farm. I think that there should be a reservation resale. Should be something that could happen. So if I'm at if I make reservations at Louis Bossi's and there's people getting turned away and I'm next up in line, somebody behind me could come up and be like, I'll give you $50 for that. And I could be able to sell my reservation. Or I could just be proactive, make some reservations at places I know are going to get booked up, then put them up for sale. And if it doesn't get used, then I go out to eat there and I'm fine. But if somebody does want to purchase it, I sell them that reservation and I go somewhere else and eat.
Yeah.
And so my dinner's paid for.
Yeah. So we got a problem. We've got a solution. Do we have a name for this?
I have several names.
Several names?
Yeah, that I've just been tossing around. Like I don't know.
Okay, well here, do this. Save the names. Let's do gut reactions first. Okay. So my gut reaction is I love this idea. I think it could be disruptive though to restaurants.
Yeah.
And the way it could be disruptive to restaurants is that latter option you mentioned of people booking things just to resell them. Mm-hmm. And then if you're unable to resell them, you've got the restaurants that have all these things that are booked that people are actually not intending to come into to the restaurant for. And then that could create some chaos. Now, there could be obviously a way to mitigate against that, but that would be a we'll call that a but really is what that is. But my gut reaction is really strong on this, that I like it because for someone like me, I'm even thinking like Airbnbs, could it work for that?
Yeah.
Airbnbs, we're always right down to the wire on that stuff.
Yeah.
Because we don't like to obligate ourselves well in advance. We like the freedom of changing our minds. But then as it gets close, we want to book something and to be able to, even if you have to pay a premium to get for that space, to not have to have it booked well in advance. That's something I would love the luxury of having.
Yeah.
So I like it.
I like, especially with restaurants. How do I know what I want to eat Friday night?
Oh, that's
right
a
now.
Good idea. Yeah.
And so there's a restaurant that we wanted to go to this weekend. Shannon and I called No Man's Land, but we got on and it was too late and everything was booked Friday night and Saturday night. So we couldn't get reservations either night. But I didn't know that I was going to want to go to No Man's Land.
Correct.
Until Friday. I was like, oh man, I think that would be a really great place for us to go. Like there's so many things that play into that factor. There's weather, how much I've exercised that week, how I'm feeling, what kind of work we did that day. All of those different things go into it.
Whether or not you're working on your taxes.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly. Yeah. How many cups of coffee I've drank today.
Yeah.
So I think that making restaurant reservations far in advance for me is not good. I want to be able to make them 15 minutes before, that the day of, I would be okay with.
Oh, I'm totally with you on this one.
I want to talk about one of your buts there for a second. Where you were saying it could disrupt the restaurant. So a lot of restaurants are using third-party apps like OpenTable to make your reservations. If I bail out of an OpenTable reservation, I think it's 2 times, maybe 3, I get suspended from the app. So I can't make any more reservations.
Okay.
So if I was going to resell it, it would probably be the kind of thing where I would make I wouldn't go on probably and make 30 reservations. I would make a reservation for 6 o'clock. Let's say No Man's Land, 6 o'clock for 4. And then I would put it up there for sale. If somebody buys it, great. If they don't, I'm going to No Man's Land.
Yeah. Okay. So that brings up another but is people make reservations based on table size, right? So does that add some friction with this whole thing where now I got to not only, utilize this service at the last minute, I have to make sure that it's the right table size.
Yeah.
How
I mean, it's like buying tickets on StubHub.
I guess so.
You have to make sure that it's the package that works for you. Okay, this is 3 tickets. This is 7 tickets.
Is that how StubHub works? You can't, like, if they're selling, they have up to 4. Can't you just buy 2 though?
It depends on the person.
Okay,
Some people won't split theirs up. Some people will split them up.
Got it. Okay.
And so that's kind of what this reservation resale would be. Like.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be interesting though, like if we made reservations for 4 and we just sold 2 of our reservations, and so 2 strangers sat at the table with us?
Is that your dream or your nightmare?
I wouldn't mind it, honestly.
You wouldn't mind it?
Yeah. I mean, there's nights that I would be like, nah, I don't really want to hang out with 2 randos. But there'd be other nights that I'd be like, yeah, it's fine. I don't care.
Do you think that this may get a little bit into the business model, but I'm wondering, and the financial model, but I'm wondering what's the involvement, if any, of the restaurant in this service? So let's say there is a table for 4. You only want 2. Could the restaurant have the option to, like, book the other 2 separately, split the table up? Does that get too complicated?
I think it gets too complicated. I think people would have to purchase.
If it's a table of 4, you gotta book the 4.
Yeah,
or it doesn't work. Okay.
Except sometimes restaurants, when you show up, and they're like, "There's only 2 of us," and they're like, "Okay, that's fine," and 2 people canceled. But one other thing on that is we went to a restaurant called I don't remember what it's called, Mama Hank's, I think.
Okay.
And when we made our reservations there, we had to pay $20 in advance.
Really?
And then they applied it towards the bill.
Oh.
$20 per reservation, though.
Okay.
So there's 2 of us. So we paid $40, and then the $40.
So it's a
towards
deposit.
the bill. Yeah, it's a deposit to make sure you show up.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
So restaurants are already working, working out the kinks on how to not let people blow them off.
So, that's interesting. So let's get into the financial model here, because a lot of my questions are coming now around that. Just hit me first. I'm going to reserve my questions right now and let you unpack how does this service make money.
Basically, the service itself.
Yeah,
I think you would have advertisements on there. Restaurants could be listed on there, but then also a percentage, just like StubHub would. You take a percentage of the fee that's paid to.
So this is a third-party app. It's not an integration into OpenTable.
Maybe it could become that. But no, I think it's a third party. It's almost like StubHub. I don't think it's an integration into OpenTable. I think it is where you throw your reservation on there, and then somebody buys it, and then we collect $1.35, a percentage of whatever they sell it for.
Yeah, I mean, I think it can be an integration into OpenTable, just like Ticketmaster has certified resale, option, so you can buy tickets directly from Ticketmaster.
Okay.
Or people can resell them on Ticketmaster.
Right.
Or people can go to StubHub.
Yeah.
Right. And I don't know. I wonder why you wouldn't.
So you could see there could be like a little link maybe on OpenTable where it says "Sell my reservation."
Sell my reservation. Here's why.
Go ahead.
Well, no, go ahead. You had the bring.
Yeah.
You got one. Listen. On this podcast, if you do the eyes wide open, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just gonna stop. I'm gonna let you do your thing.
I
go ahead.
I feel like you're on OpenTable and you search and it says, sorry, there are no open tables at this restaurant at this time. Have you done that before on OpenTable?
Yeah.
Okay. But instead it says, just like when you go to GoDaddy and you want to get a URL and you can't get it, and it says, may be available through this. And there's a little link there where it gives you an option to buy those reservations.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, I think that's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
That's what Ticketmaster does.
Yeah. But
that's what Ticketmaster does.
It just dawned on me.
What that
would look like. Yeah.
Yeah, because here's why OpenTable, I think, would be all over this, is OpenTable gets a cut.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? So why wouldn't they? Yep. So now I'm going, is this simply an OpenTable integration piece, or do you have a third party company as well? I guess you would want to have the app.
There's places that don't use OpenTable, and there's a couple other reservation sites.
Yeah.
Reserva, I think, is one. And
correct.
Some things like that, so.
Resi.
Yeah.
So okay, so that was third. Let's talk about this StubHub-like app. First of all, I think this is a good time for a name. What names are we using?
Several. One is Still Got It.
Still got it. Okay.
Like, I still got it, but I still got it.
Okay. Okay.
This one is called Tits, toughest ticket in town. So then you're like, oh man, I got it. I still got it. The toughest tickets in town. Toughest ticket in town. Like I added the S because it
toughest tickets.
Like TTIT.
TTIT.
Yeah.
And then you added the S.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Hold my beer.
Hold my beer.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the psychology behind it?
I don't know. Like hold my beer. I got this.
But
like
isn't
that
hold my beer like I'm gonna one up you?
Yes.
Hold my beer means I'm gonna one up you.
But you are. You and I are trying to get reservations, and you're like, oh, dude, the place is sold out, and I'm like, hold my beer. Boom. Here we go. Burger King. We're on our way.
There you go. Okay.
Tabled.
Okay. I like tabled.
That's it.
Tabled. What's the psychology behind tabled? Like, why'd you come up with that?
It feels like we've been talking about it, but we just put it off to the side for a little bit. We tabled this.
Yes.
But now we're
getting
to
and
it.
Just to clarify, you're not going with my booking vacations or anything like that, or booking Airbnbs.
Not right now. It would just
not
be
right
yeah,
now.
yeah.
So I guess you can't really rebook an Airbnb because the homeowner doesn't want that.
Right.
The homeowner, you can't like sublet. So that makes sense. That was a bad idea.
And you've already paid in a lot of cases for your Airbnb.
Yeah. So this is just a restaurant play. Didn't you have a name earlier that it was like something reservation?
Reservation resale?
Reservation resale.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about that? RSVP resale.
So I like no reservations, but that's an Anthony Bourdain.
Yeah, it is. It is.
TV show, so it wouldn't really work for this. But that would have been perfect.
Do you have a favorite name on there?
Probably Tabled.
I think I like Tabled.
Yeah.
I think I like Tabled a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, utilize Tabled. Yeah, did you table it for too long? We got you covered.
Yeah.
Tabled's got you covered. Love it. Okay, so this app is called Tabled, okay? And is it just an open market for the prices on
I think so.
for upselling it? So you mentioned Louis Bossi, which is a hot restaurant on Las Olas in downtown Fort Lauderdale. I go in there, and I obviously, because I couldn't get a table at Louis Bossi, so I go into the Tabled app. And what's the experience like? What am I paying? How does it work?
I see. Oh, this person's got one for sale at 6:30.
Yeah.
For 4, we have 4 people with us. They want $80.
Yeah.
Is it worth it to you guys? $80 just to get in?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do it.
So it's just name your price like StubHub.
Yeah, I think so because for me, if I'm the one who has the reservations, I'm not going to sell them for $5. Like
that would make sense.
Like I made reservations because I want to eat here. But if somebody's willing to make me move, you've seen those signs in front of people's homes, especially when the market got crazy. People had make me move pricing in New York City when we would rent commercial spaces. There would be key money. We'd have to pay somebody $180,000.
Wow.
Just for the right to take over their lease.
Wow.
So it would be almost that same kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, you can eat here. You can take my reservation, but it's going to cost you $40, or whatever.
StubHub's helpful too if you use that model because they've got all the data which tells you what the price should be, right? What's a reasonable price? Like most people are selling it for this, so if you've overpriced it or underpriced it, so
yeah. And if as you're going to buy as well, when you're going to buy and you're looking, there's 15 minutes till this reservation gets called, it's probably going to be a little more expensive than it would have been 2 hours ago.
Yeah, and this app would play in most all metropolitan markets.
I think so. Yeah.
Right. I mean, this would crush in New York City.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
Yep.
I mean, just crush. So, okay, good. Have we gone through all the categories? We've done some buts. Any other buts?
Not really. No. I don't think so. I mean, there's all kinds of technical things that would have to get worked out. Like how do you switch a reservation to somebody else's name, those kinds of things.
Correct.
But I think that could be easily overcome.
Because then it's got to communicate with the restaurant.
Yeah.
There's some some friction there, but it's not that simple.
Right.
You know, somebody's got to figure that out.
But like on Open Table, if I go in and modify my reservation, I can modify.
Or why not just keep the name? Like this is table for four.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Jonathan.
Yeah.
My name's not Jonathan, but
Yeah.
like when has anybody at the restaurant ever asked for
ID'd
my
you?
ID? ID.
You know,
Yeah.
when
I'm Carol tonight.
so I've talked about Henny Palooza before on this podcast.
And of course, who could
And-
forget Henny Palooza?
So that night of Henny Palooza, when I took the 16-year-old girl that was running the front counter and getting talked to terribly and pulled her into the back, I took over the front counter. So I was taking people's money and handing out chicken cones.
Yeah.
And this guy, I was saying, Mark. And this guy comes up and he's like, yeah, I'm Mark. And I just knew he wasn't. I was like, you're not Mark. He's like, I'm Mark, man. I was like, there's no way you're Mark. And he's like, I'm Mark. And I was like, show me some ID. And he's like, oh, man, I ain't Mark. And I was like, I know you. I just knew deep inside me. So I called him out and I ID'd him.
Wow, you knew he wasn't Mark.
Yeah.
Good
I didn't think
instincts.
I just felt like you didn't even pay. You haven't ordered anything. You're just trying to come up here
Jonathan,
and get
you
something for
may
free.
be a world-class procrastinator, but you've got good instincts.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Are we ready to rate it?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Give me the rating scale.
This scale would be, let's just do it like we would do any kind of restaurant, like 1 star to 5 stars.
Oh, nice. Okay. I think this is a 4-star idea.
All right.
Yeah, I think it's
Michelin stars or just Yelp stars?
No, this is 4 Michelin stars.
Okay.
For sure. Yeah, this is the Louis Bossi of ideas.
All right.
Is what this is. I like it because I think it's easy. It makes sense.
Yeah.
It's not a complicated idea. It's already been proven in other industries, and why restaurants haven't adapted it. I don't know why. I don't know if it's a demand thing. I don't think so though. And honestly, we're just at the dawn of technology and reservations. Like Open Table's new.
Yeah.
Right? Like those apps are not they're years old.
Right.
Right? So I think this is the next iteration. Whereas Ticketmaster was, I don't know, decades before StubHub comes along and offers an alternative. I wonder if we're there at the dawn of the reservation resale era.
And it feels like it should just exist, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
It does. Yeah. I think people should be monetized for their good planning.
Right.
And I think people like us, you and me, we should have the option to pay for that time that we were happy.
Yes.
We were happy, but now we got to pay for it.
Yeah.
So I like it.
Cool. Me too.
Good idea.
Thanks.